Oh boy, and the drama continues. Ned Falmer, known as the now former member of the Try Guys, has been under some hot water in this last week after being exposed for cheating. What? You mean notorious wife guy Ned Falmer, whose entire brand revolves around being the ideal husband, has actually cheated on his wife of 10 years? Yep, you can't make this stuff up. But here's the twist. The girl he supposedly cheated with is none other than his producer Alex Herring, who was also on the Try Guys special, The Food Babies. Ned took to social media this week to comment on the incident, and it's made a lot of people wonder if it's possible that Alex will sue the Try Guys. Ned is quoted as saying on September 27th, "Family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. I'm sorry for any pain that my actions may have caused to the guys and to the fans, but most of all to Ariel. The only thing that matters right now is my marriage and my children, and that's where I am going to focus my attention." A lot of people have commented on how strange it is that he needed to announce that the relationship was consensual, and it has raised a lot of eyebrows and made people think perhaps it wasn't. A lot of people have commented on the fact that there was clearly a power imbalance, as Ned was Alex's boss, so it's possible that Alex felt that she had to be in the relationship to keep her job. Some fans have suggested that if Ned could act as if he's happily married and obsessed with his wife and fool the world, perhaps he's also the kind of guy that would use his power and manipulate an employee to have a relationship with him. Fans of the Try Guys have noticed that Alex hasn't been in any of the recent content and wondered if she was also let go from the company along with Ned, and if so, would that perhaps be wrongful termination? And would she have a case if she decided to sue the YouTubers for this incident? It's possible, but as of now, Alex hasn't made a comment about the incident, and so the public is unclear as to what the real story is and whether she has been officially let go from the company, as the Try Guys have only officially mentioned that they have parted ways with Ned, not Alex. In case you don't know who the Try Guys are, the Try Guys is a popular YouTube channel that Ned has been a part of since its creation. There were 4 lead cast members of the channel, and Ned was one of them. Each of the members essentially try new things, from eating everything on the Panera Bread menu to trying on celebrity lingerie. The channel has over 7.8 million subscribers.
Did you know that the Try Guys actually found out about Ned's affair 4 weeks before they announced that he was fired? I'm your host Bridget Shields, and let's get right into this story. Yesterday, the remaining members, Eugene, Zach, and Keith, spoke out about the recent scandal that led to Ned getting fired. In a YouTube video titled "What Happened?", the guys explained that they wanted to share a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into their decision to remove Ned from the company they founded together after discovering that he had had a relationship with his employee. Keith said, "On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and said that it had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us. The company then launched a 3-week investigation into Ned's actions, and he was immediately removed from his position, as well as any content that would be released during the process." Keith went on to say, "After a review, Ned was found to have engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team. We knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the 3 of us signed written consent of the members of the Second Try LLC, approving the removal of Ned as a manager and employee." While Keith's tone was very calm and rehearsed, Eugene didn't even try to hide his disappointment and disgust throughout the video. The comment section was flooded with people who felt like he was holding back so much more that he wanted to say. He added, "We were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company and those of everyone who works here. This is something we took very seriously. We refuse to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are. It is not what we stand for. We are obviously incredibly shocked and deeply hurt by all of this. This is someone who we built a brand and a company with for 8 years. We feel saddened, not just personally, but on behalf of our staff and our fans who believed in us." Zach seemed like he was mourning the loss of his friend as a result of the scandal. He said, "I don't know that we'll be able to fully articulate the pain we feel at this this moment. We're losing a friend, we're losing someone we built a company with, we have countless memories with. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. It's weird. We're sorry that this ever happened and we don't know what more to say. They also acknowledged comments online about changes made to their content, since fans have started noticing that Ned has been removed from older videos. According to the Try Guys, that was intentional. Zach explained that they've been removing his sections from videos, digitally removing him from others, and some other videos they felt were fully unreleasable. He said, "You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that cost us a lot of money. We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's a decision that we stand by proudly." As for why they waited to post this video, he said, "There are real people who have been affected, and while we consider this a company matter, there's a family at the center of all of this." It's clear in the video that all three members of the group are angry and emotional in their own way, and fans have been praising them for their honesty. One person tweeted, "The Try Guys video broke my heart. Eugene is so angry and hurt, you can see from his posture and voice. Zach is so heartbroken, and Keith just keeping it together calmly." Another fan wrote, "You can tell right away how deeply affected Eugene, Zach, and Keith are from just watching the video. I'm angry and sad because it's also their life's work that Ned is putting at risk with his BS. Everything is really effed up." Eugene ended the video pleading with their fans to exercise kindness, because women tend to get more hate than men on the internet when it comes to this kind of situation. So he was insinuating that Alex Herring has been receiving a lot of hate from fans, even more than Ned is getting. It's easy to see why that would be, considering that Alex was also cheating on her fiance Will Thayer, and the two of them have been together for 11 years. But even though Ned called it a consensual workplace relationship, everyone knows that Alex was his employee. In fact, she's been featured in tons of their videos over the years, even though she's an associate producer. So casual fans of the channel have gotten to know her pretty well over time. And while it's obvious that everyone in the whole workplace is very close with each other, no one could have predicted the affair. Number 10. Old videos. Since the scandal broke, so many people have been searching through videos of Ned and Alex together, and the result is very telling. Every single video gets progressively worse when you realize that Ned and Alex had been seeing each other in secret. In fact, most of the content with them together has not aged well at all, because you can clearly see the two of them flirting on camera. There was a video of Ned where he looked genuinely disappointed that Alex didn't pick him to team up with her for a game, and another video where he was in the hot tub laying his head on her lap, while the other guys exchanged uncomfortable glances at each other. Alex clearly didn't seem to mind though, but it was very strange because he was still her boss. One of the comments on the video says, "How was it just normal for a married man to put his head on another woman's thighs, and we all ignored it?" In fact, if you go through the past Try Guys' videos, there are just so many clues that Alex was Ned's side piece. It's insane. Talk about foreshadowing. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9. Defending Alex. For some reason, the Try Guys seem to be pretty confident defending the woman who was cheating with Ned. In fact, all of them still follow Alex Herring on social media. In their new video statement, Eugene pleaded with fans to exercise kindness, because women tend to get more hate than men on the internet in this kind of situation. He was insinuating that Alex has been receiving a lot of criticism from fans, and they need to back off. So even though she cheated on her own fiance Will Thayer and emotionally ruined Ned's wife Ariel, it seems like Alex is walking away from all of this without a scratch. The Try Guys haven't publicly denounced her like they did with their executive producer, and they have made no moves to fire her, although that could be a legal risk for the company, because as an employee, she could argue that she was coerced to enter the relationship because of the power that Ned had over her in the workplace. So the situation is certainly complicated. Number 8. They all knew. Despite the fact that they've known each other for years and built a successful brand together, the rest of the Try Guys wasted no time in cutting ties with their friend, and released a statement just 2 days after the news broke out. On their official Instagram page, they stated that Ned had been fired. Quote, "Ned Fulmer is no longer working for the Try Guys. As a result of an internal review, we do not see a path forward together. We thank you for your support as we navigate through this change." This action was so swift that it surprised a lot of people. But this is because they actually found out about Ned's affair 4 weeks before they made the announcement. Keith confirmed that the Try Guys were alerted to the scandal on September the 5th, and from there, the company launched a 3-week investigation into his actions. An inside source claimed that during the investigation, it was discovered that the employees knew what was up between Ned and Alex, because they noticed flirting, lunchtime hookups, occasional sleepovers, and that the two of them constantly went to events together. Number 7. Multiple women. An Instagram page called Dumois has come forward with several blind items that claim that Ned cheated on Ariel with more than one woman, and some of the allegations date back several years. One anonymous user, claiming to be a former BuzzFeed employee, said, "This is not his first rodeo. Trust me, he's always been like this, and I can confirm that someone else might be coming forward because there have been other former BuzzFeed employees and former co-workers from BuzzFeed that know things and have experienced things. There are a lot of things about Ned that will spill in the next few days." Another user recounted her own story involving Ned. She wrote, "Early in 2016, I had just turned 21 and was doing stupid stuff. I sent Ned Fulmer a sexy selfie of me on Snapchat. He responded asking for more, and this went on for a few months. He was coming to Miami with the Try Guys and wanted to meet up one-on-one. I ended up declining. I'm positive this is just the first girl he's been caught with." Number 6. Fake personas. The success of the Try Guys' brand really has nothing to do with the content that they put out there. It's more about their performance of authenticity and the promise that the character on screen and the human behind the character are largely the same. This is especially true in their characters as nice guys. Keith even said, quote, "There's always some layer of performance on top of who you are, so the more I've been able to cultivate Keith as a character and have me be the same is great." So in other words, even real life Keith said that he wants to be more like the Keith that's on screen. And because all of the Try Guys are very publicly partnered, that only added to their personas. Ned actually said, "I became kind of known for my own relationship, and then we did more of it. I just kind of do it because digital media and YouTube culture is kind of showing who you are as a person." But in the end, this became the channel's downfall, because when Ned's facade fell away, the fans felt lied to. Number 5. Year-long affair. Like a stubborn weed that won't stop sprouting, the Ned Fulmer cheating scandal is blooming at a rapid pace. There is now a claim out there that their workplace relationship actually dates back to December last year. A source close to Will Thayer, Alex's ex-fiance, said that Will went through her phone and saw that her and Ned had first hooked up on a work trip in December. Will was able to forgive Alex, but apparently he reached out to Ned, warning him to back off. Then at the start of September, both Will and Ariel received photos and videos of Ned and Alex making out at a club, as well as holding hands in public while they were out in New York City. The timing was incredibly awkward because Ariel had just landed in New York to hang out with the group when she received those messages. She then confronted Ned, who confirmed that he and Alex had been in a relationship for almost a year. Upon finding out, Ariel then hightailed it out of the city and flew back to LA, which makes complete sense because how could she stay there after that? Number 4. Sneaking around. Fans started to suspect that Ned was cheating when they noticed that he wasn't involved in the group's videos for the last couple of weeks. In late September, the tweet that prefaced the drama wrote, "Ned has not been present in some of the recent Try Guys' projects. Ned does not appear in the past 3 videos or intros. He also was not in the past 3 podcast episodes." As the main producer and one of the faces of the company, fans found this extremely worrying, and pretty soon it started to look like one of the Try Guys was trying infidelity. So they became more vigilant of his appearances on the channel. It was also very suspicious that Ned and Alex were seen in an Instagram photo promoting Keith's new Eat the Menu series, but they were not seen in the final cut of the video. So Ned had essentially been absent quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. But now we know that the company was most likely investigating him at the time, so he might have even been suspended from the workplace entirely. Number 3. BuzzFeed reaction. They say that no one knows you better than your co-workers, and in Ned's case that might be true as well. Former BuzzFeed alum Devin Lytle tweeted, "2022, the year we realized that wife guys are still guys." Jasmine Robbins posted a cryptic meme with Kermit the Frog and wrote, "Y'all shocked?" So she made it seem like the affair between Ned and Alex was something of an open secret back when they both worked at BuzzFeed. One Twitter user responded by saying, "Makes me feel like Ned had wandering eyes for a long time. Maybe that's why he made the 'I love my wife' thing his thing, to overcompensate. Couples who always flaunt how happy they are and in love they are usually have something to prove. It was right in front of us the whole time, I guess." So it's entirely possible that Ned's on-camera nice guy persona was exactly that, just a persona, and that behind the scenes he has no issues cheating on his wife. Number 2. Office hookup. In such a small workplace, a lot of people are wondering how it is that the Try Guys didn't seem to notice the affair, because according to their new video statement, Ned had admitted to them that it had been going on for quite some time. Ned was the executive producer producer of The Try Guys. The 35-year-old comedian and author founded the group in 2014 while working for BuzzFeed, so he was pretty much at the top of the office pyramid. Alex Herring, on the other hand, worked under Ned as the associate producer, and even though Ned called it a consensual workplace relationship, everyone knows that Alex was his employee. In fact, she's been featured in tons of videos over the years, and casual fans of the channel have gotten to know her pretty well. It's obvious that everyone in the Try Guys' workplace is very close with each other, so a lot of people are scratching their heads at how such a problematic relationship was allowed to flourish unnoticed. And number one, their audience. If you've watched any of the Try Guys' videos, references to Ned's wife abounded from the very beginning. In fact, just the way he says "my wife" has earned catchphrase status and inspired countless compilation videos, and even official Try Guys merchandise, including a figurine with a plastic Ned that repeats the phrase "my wife" at the press of a button. In general, fans felt that the Try Guys were walking examples of non-toxic masculinity, and so the men were put on a bit of a pedestal. In fact, of the more than 7.5 million subscribers to their channel, the vast majority of the audience is women, nearly 80%. The age demographic is young women in their late teens and early 20s. Having a large female audience is not a red flag, but it goes to show you that there was always a performative aspect to the group's feminism. I mean, that's the whole reason for their fan base. In a way, Ned's infidelity proves that the Try Guys do not necessarily hold the same values that they claim to represent on screen.
Fans are unimpressed hearing the news of Ned from the Try Guys cheating. Many took to Twitter to comment on the news. One fan wrote, "Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys cheating on his wife after his entire personality for years was loving his wife is the exact reason I do not trust men." Another fan commented, "Do you know how much of Ned Fulmer's life was tied to the Try Guys? Like, that man just threw away his closest friends and his own company so that he could cheat on his wife of 10 years and mother of his 2 children with an employee who was already engaged." Another fan wrote, "The thing that is annoying me right now about the whole Ned Fulmer cheating situation is that you brought Alex around your wife and kids, and she knew Ariel for years. As a woman, that was a choice. That shows where both their morals are. Disgusting, honestly."
In a new episode of the Try Guys' podcast, Keith and Zach opened up about the firing of Ned Fulmer. Zach said, "We processed this almost like a trauma. It really rocked our world, but also the ramifications were so clear. I don't think that I ever really stopped to emotionally process it. Even still, I don't know that I have, because it was just, okay, we have to act. We have to go. This thing happened. How do we react accordingly? I understood the severity of the accusations against Ned, but also the laundry list of steps ahead." Keith agreed and added his own thoughts in saying, "We just learned a lot about how difficult it is to navigate things like this at all, let alone properly. It's really challenging. There are a lot of people to consider. There's a lot of legal issues to consider. It betrayed our trust. It was a workplace violation." Zach added, "We didn't want to leave ourselves open to lawsuits if we were to unjustly remove him. We just needed to make sure that we were doing things right." Both men maintained that they still would have fired Ned even if the internet had not found out about the scandal.